NFTs, stuff like that. And we're actually starting to talk about much bigger real world infrastructure and adoption of the Cardano blockchain. And something like that we've talked about for obviously years now. And it's really being actually put to use. We have the Dubai police force using the Cardano blockchain for ballistics evidence. We have the big Argentina partnership that was just signed. We have us being approached about voting systems here in the US. There's a lot of these small bits and pieces of infrastructure that may lead us to something much, much bigger, a much bigger adoption of the Cardano blockchain. And then we're talking about something else entirely, a completely different animal. Anyone that's been around for a long time, you probably witnessed the development and evolution of Tesla. I've been investing for over 20 years. Tesla's something I got into actually very early on, and when it was just a car company, when they weren't even close to what they are now. And we've seen them take huge steps in other areas of energy and space exploration and all these different things. And it's become basically this global giant. And really, that's what Cardano has the chance of becoming, is this global giant when it comes to infrastructure. It's something that can basically facilitate all of the world's needs, regardless of what it is. That's where this starts to get kind of crazy. And then you're talking about, again, something else completely different than what we're witnessing right now. We're still in the infancy of crypto, right? Crypto's been around now for 15 years, 16 years, and we're just beginning to see this dive in from governments. We're just beginning to see this dive in from enterprise. We're so early on now that frankly we don't know what kind of demand and surge we're going to see, right? How much capital is going to flow into the space, what kind of uses we're going to see. But what we're seeing right now is that Cardano is kind of leading the way when it comes to this development. I'm not saying it's the only blockchain doing this, but we talk about one that's actually getting tapped for much bigger use, that is being put in places to succeed in ways that other chains aren't. It's Cardano. So at that point, there's no telling what Cardano price could be. I don't think anybody thought that, Tesla price would be what it is right now. I didn't even look before doing this video, but hopefully you guys get the point. There's a lot of possibilities. The doors are just beginning to get open, and we'll have to obviously wait and see what Cardano can become. And I think this cycle is going to be a very, very good indication of that. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So we've talked about how Cardano has done all these things from the bear market cycle into the bull market to prepare for basically mass adoption when it comes to crypto. And I've said many times that I believe that enterprise is what is going to lead essentially Cardano into the promised land. It's the reason why Cardano is going to be such a heavily adopted blockchain. And really, people just wondered what is going to be that moment that takes us over the hump. I think yesterday was a massive push in this direction because we actually witnessed one of the largest IT outages in history. And this affected businesses worldwide. We actually saw issues with financial services, doctors' offices, some TV broadcasts went offline. Specifically, the aeronautic industry was ground to a halt. All right. There were planes that were grounded, services were delayed, airports issuing advice to passengers were hit with some difficulties as well. Now, they did come out and say that this wasn't a security incident or a cyber attack. It actually had to do with Microsoft CrowdStrike updates and I think firmware issues, what they had said. They said a fix has been deployed, but everything's back up. But here's the thing. When you have such important infrastructure in place, you cannot deal with downtime. You cannot have outages. These are massive problems. And that's when businesses look throughout the space and we talk about what chains are actually going to get adopted. Are they more likely to adopt something that has had some downtime, has had some security exploits, things like that? Or are they going to look for something that has perfect performance, like Cardano, 1% uptime, no security problems, massively scalable, right? This is why I've said that enterprise is going to be something that brings Cardano to the forefront of blockchain adoption. It's because it has all the tools necessary for these businesses to get on chain, right? Hopefully that makes sense for people. So imagine if this is a continuing issue, right? We're seeing big pushes towards blockchain tech in general from governments and from businesses, and these types of things make it accelerate faster. there are groups, or not groups, there are rooms of people that they have dedicated to studying blockchain and seeing how their tech can be implemented into the technology that we know. And for something that tends to stay ahead of the curve, like Cardano, that has had years of preparation, that has had peer reviews and all these different things, it's the reason why, again, Cardano has taken so long to get to deployment in some of these things and now getting to a point of full decentralization. It's something that they may look at and be like, oh, this solves all of our problems. Now, obviously, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. And I'll tell you what, I'm sure that I'd like Cardano to be the chain to rule them all, right? But realistically, there's probably going to be tons of blockchains throughout the world that get adopted in a big way. We're going to see this massive wave of adoption, not just from retail, not just from government, but especially from businesses. So I just thought I'd share that with everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's this argument against Cardano that we see time and time again. I keep seeing it in the comments, and frankly, I think it's a load of crap. You guys may see it as well. People say that there is too much competition in the space for ADA to perform well. There's too much competition for ADA to reach an all-time high. There's too much competition for Cardano to succeed. And frankly, it's a load of crap. It's a lie. And there's actual data to back this up. So when we look from cycle to cycle to cycle, many of these coins that have been around for a while, apart from XRP because of its long legal battle that's been going on with the SEC, or Ripple specifically, they continue to set new all-time highs. ADA isn't any different, all right? Set a high of about $2 after its first market cycle, high of about $3 after last market cycle, and it's likely to set a new all-time high this cycle as well because of the advancements that have been made. Now, here's the thing. Yes, there's new competition each and every cycle. There are more coins launched at an exponentially growing level each and every cycle. We see it time and time again, but yet the ones that have been around for a very long period of time that actually solve problems in the world continue to do well. For example, Bitcoin, right? Great store of value, and it continues to be resilient. It continues to grow, it continues to set new all-time highs, despite there being this competition in the space. And that's despite Bitcoin, frankly, having inferior tech. We know the blockchain is slow. We know that there is far more advanced tech out there, but yet things continue to churn and burn. Bitcoin continues to gain adoption and do well. So when we look at something like Cardano, we finally hit this point where we actually have infrastructure that can be utilized. We have smart contracts that launched at the height of the last market cycle, obviously created our early top. We know that there are governments that are looking at adopting the Cardano blockchain, whether it's for voting systems, whether it's for pieces of infrastructure within their country, whatever it may be. They're actually looking at utilizing it. We know businesses are actively signing partnerships with Cardano as we speak. But yet some people think that, oh, there's too much competition in the space. Remember, the Cardano blockchain is very different than many of these other EVM chains out there that do the same thing, that are mostly focused on fast transaction speed and making it easy for retail to trade meme coins and NFTs and stuff like that. That's not Cardano's focus. It's bigger, it's broader, and frankly, nobody is doing things the same way. Now, if there's another chain that comes out that's more secure, that's faster, that's cheaper, that's faster, that's doing very similar things, that's gaining traction faster than Cardano, then hey, maybe we have a problem. But guess what? That's not happening right now. It's a reason why Cardano has been so resilient. This big, broad focus has really been dialed in now. We're getting kind of into that final leg of the Cardano blockchain, finally putting all these years of waiting into actual motion. I've seen people talk about, oh, I've waited so long and I'm ready to finally get out. Imagine getting out of Amazon right as it's changing from a bookstore to a huge global online giant. That's the point that we're at right now. Now, obviously, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice, but we're at this time where we are going to see exponential adoption in terms of crypto from users, in terms of capital, and Cardano is well positioned to be one of these. It's in almost every single exchange in the world. It's got huge optics because it's a top 10 coin in the space. And frankly, none of that has changed. And we're finally seeing this at the point where Cardano is hitting full strides. What's up, everyone? Still on my way back in Oklahoma right now, and I thought this was pretty important to talk about because we've gone through this first wave of the crypto bull market cycle, the first wave of institutional money. We've done some pretty incredible things. It's been great for ADA, it's been great for the broader crypto market, and we've crossed $17 billion worth of new institutional money hitting the space. That is a very big number. Another huge week last week, surging over $1 billion. This is exciting, right? We're starting to have a little bit of fun in the crypto market again. But what I want to say is that wave 2 is about to hit. It's going to be bigger, it's going to be more aggressive, and it's going to surprise a lot of people. Now, why I say wave 2 is coming is, first of all, we have the approval and trading commencing for Ethereum spot ETFs beginning on Tuesday. So that's coming in just a couple days here. Very exciting, and hopefully this is something that is a big catalyst for the market that really gets things going again, especially for ADA. ADA tends to perform well when the market is doing well, when there's more excitement. This is something that can bring more excitement into the space. But something that I think a lot of people forget about too is, we've been so focused on this initial wave of Bitcoin spot ETFs that we haven't paid much attention to what possibly may come after. Thought I was using the bathroom. So anyways, what we may have coming very soon here is the approval and trading of even more Bitcoin spot ETFs. Now, why I say this is some of these entities, they need to wait 6 months or a year before they can start actually trading these new products, before they can list products of their own. And now that we're over 6 months into this process, we may in fact see more of these launched and trading commencing and making this snowball even further and even faster. Now, what I will say is this, is we don't rely specifically on institutional money. Institutional money has definitely helped us do some things we normally don't do. New all-time highs in terms of BTC before the Bitcoin halving has never happened before, and institutional money definitely helped when it came to that. But what is interesting about this is retail money heavily outweighs the inflows we've seen from institutional money so far. We've seen tens of billions of dollars just in this first part of the crypto market cycle at times where we typically do not see it take place. This early excitement may be something that is even magnified further. Now, for the most part, guys, we are still on pace for a normal market cycle. My projections for ADA have not changed. I'm still thinking, again, hopefully $2 by the end of the year. I'm still thinking between $7 to $15 by the end of this market cycle. As always, this is not financial advice. This is not a guarantee, but there will be times where the market gets very violent. We've seen ADA go on some pretty aggressive surges early on, especially leading up into March. That surge from about 48, 50 cents all the way up to 81 cents. It happened in a very short period of time. And we're getting into a period of time where, because there's thinner liquidity above us, because there's been more capital because there's more ADA that's been removed from exchanges, because ADA is the longest held asset in all of crypto, longest average held asset, things may move a little bit quicker the higher up we go. So those times are approaching quickly. Just wanted to give you guys this quick video. I'm excited about what this second wave is going to look like. And guys, it is about to begin. So have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.